Mirrors seem harmless until they don't act the way they should. Reflections move on their own. Figures appear that shouldn't be there. Some say mirrors don't just reflect our world, they hide another one behind the glass. Watch closely before your mirror starts acting strangely. An influencer recorded a short video for her fans after dance class, just like her daily routine. She believed she was alone in the studio. Later, while re-watching the clip, she noticed a creepy face peeking through the window behind her.
He sentido que me parezco a Dua Lipa, pero desde que me corté el cabello siento que me parezco muchísimo menos a Dua Lipa.
The face looked pale and still, watching silently. Shocked, she ran back to the window, but there was nothing there. No one was outside. She shared the footage online the same night. Many believed a dark entity had followed her from the studio, revealing itself only through the camera.
He sentido que me parezco a Dua Lipa, pero desde que me corté el cabello siento que me parezco muchísimo menos a Dua Lipa.
Mirror shadow. After the first video went viral, another girl from the same dance studio shared her own experience. She was finishing a short video clip, just like she did every day. The room was quiet, and she believed she was alone. Suddenly, she noticed movement in the mirror behind her. A dark shadow slipped across the glass. Without stopping to check again, she ran out of the studio. Later, when the security camera footage was reviewed, a dark, shadowy figure could be clearly seen moving across the room. Was it just a wandering spirit, or something far more sinister? What do you think it was? Window Witch. On October 24th, 2005, a mother was reviewing CCTV footage from her newborn's room when she froze. On the screen, a pale figure with glowing eyes was staring through the window, watching her baby. Every detail was chilling. The way the figure didn't blink, didn't move, yet radiated a dark presence. Locals whispered it was a witch, drawn to the child with sinister intent. Terrified, the mother called the police, but when they arrived, there was no trace of the woman. The footage remained a haunting reminder that some presences don't need to enter a room to bring fear. Dark reflection. A woman was filming herself while leaning toward a mirror, just a quiet moment at home. As she moved closer, her face stiffened, serious. And then something terrifying happened. The reflection didn't match her. Its eyes shifted on their own, and a creepy smile spread across its face. Shocked, she quickly ended the video. The footage spread fast online, and theories exploded. People who watched the clip said they could never look at a mirror the same way again. That one brief moment made the ordinary mirror feel like something alive, waiting. Trapped image. A man was taking out the trash with his young son when something strange happened. The boy suddenly stopped, pointed at the mirror, and began smiling and waving at it. At first, it seemed innocent, even cute, but as he stepped away, the mirror didn't reflect him leaving. It still showed his image, frozen and in place.
I was taking the trash out with my son. He kept pointing at the mirror and waving, and I didn't know why. So I pulled the camera out, and I can't believe I caught this.
It was as if the mirror had trapped him inside. Shocked and unsettled, the family quickly removed the mirror. Well, it was a smart move. Who knows, maybe next time the entity hiding in the mirror decided to step out. Emerging shadow. A man entered an abandoned house, long rumored to be haunted, and at first, everything seemed normal. Feeling bold, he stepped closer to an old mirror and spoke aloud, daring any demon to show itself. That's when things took a terrifying turn. The glass trembled, then shattered with a sharp snap, and from the broken pieces, a dark, misty shadow began to seep out. It moved as if it had been waiting for him all along. Panicked, he ended the video. Hours later, his phone was found with a video of the terrifying moment, recovered by the police. It seemed that whatever lives behind the mirror waits, and answers only when it chooses to take you. Forgotten maid. Sometimes buying a house at a low price isn't a blessing, and this couple learned it the hard way. They had just moved in to celebrate their second wedding anniversary, excited about their new home. While getting ready in the mirror, the woman began filming herself. Suddenly, she looked terrified, saying someone had just walked past behind her, and immediately she went to check, but no one was there. When they replayed the video, the figure was there, but pale, blurred, and not quite human.
It is our 2-year anniversary. You did just see something come in here?
Neighbors later revealed the truth. The house had a dark past, once home to a maid who passed under mysterious circumstances and was never laid to rest. The couple moved out days later. The house still stands, empty, waiting for new tenants. Angel's glimpse. In a small German town in 2006, 3 siblings decided to record a birthday song for their mom. They pulled out a phone and began singing, laughing, and joking around. Everything felt lighthearted, until something strange appeared.
Zum Geburtstag viel Glück. Alles Liebe zum Geburtstag, Mama.
In the mirror behind them, a glowing human-like figure with wings flashed for just a split second. None of them noticed it while filming, but when they slowed the video down, the image became even clearer. It looked like a divine angel sent to bless their mother on her special day. A rare, magical moment captured unexpectedly. One their family would never forget.
Alles Liebe zum Geburtstag, Mama.
Claimed house. A man returned home from vacation, but soon strange things began happening. Objects went missing, doors creaked, and eerie sounds echoed. One evening, he heard knocking coming from a room. As he cautiously approached, a face suddenly peeked out from the mirror just for a moment. Then, a dark shadow stretched across the glass, moving as if something unseen had taken over the room. It felt as though the house itself had been claimed while he was away, a jinn or spirit waiting patiently for his return. From that day on, he understood the old warning: never leave a home empty for too long, or forces might move in to take it. Unseen reflection. We all know cats are curious around mirrors, but this one behaved in a way that chilled viewers. The cat would look away, glance to the side, yet its reflection stayed fixed, staring straight at it as if ignoring reality. When the cat turned its head, the reflection didn't follow, yet it moved perfectly, almost like it had a mind of its own. Some say animals can sense things humans cannot, seeing beyond the normal world. In this case, the mirror seemed like a doorway, showing a version of the cat from another realm. Perhaps some reflections aren't ours to see at all. Haunted mirror. A man had just checked into a hotel in Lucknow, India, and decided to record a quick video of his room. At night, when he replayed the footage, something terrifying appeared. In the mirror, a pale, creepy woman sat on the edge of the bed, staring straight ahead. Locals later revealed the hotel's dark history. Many guests had reported strange reflections in that very room. The woman, they said, had passed there long ago, and her spirit never left. The scariest part? The room is still in use, and new visitors continue to report glimpses of her ghostly figure. Dark Qarin. Late one night, a girl heard her mother screaming from the bathroom and rushed inside. Her mother kept repeating one thing: "Look at my eyes." The girl checked and saw nothing strange.
My eyes!
What?
You need to look at my eyes. Look at them.
Mom, what? I don't see anything. Mom, look at me. Nothing's wrong.
Her eyes looked normal, but when she looked into the mirror, the reflection showed something else. The eyes were hollow and dark.
What do you mean? Mom! Oh my gosh! No, look at me, look! Oh, it's okay. It's not there, it's not there! It's only in...
Thinking it was a mirror problem, she tried to calm her down. Moments later, a creepy figure appeared in the mirror behind her mother. That moment was enough for them to run for their lives, and they ended the video.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll figure it out.
What happened next is still unknown. According to ancient beliefs, every human is born with a Qarin, a jinn that follows silently. By locking eyes with fear, the mother may have unlocked it, and once seen, it never hides again. Sleepover terror. Two friends were laughing in their room while one danced near a mirrored cupboard and the other filmed. Suddenly, the mirror door jerked sharply as if pushed from inside.
You're fucked. What?
The girl froze, then leapt onto the bed, terrified and unable to explain why. Moments later, their pet walked over and began sniffing at the cupboard, acting uneasy. They replayed the video. The mirror had clearly moved on its own. No one was near it. Nothing was broken. After that night, they avoided the room, and online viewers later claimed a faint shadow appeared in the reflection just before the movement.
You're fucked. What?
Warren eyes. The most haunting footage has appeared showing Lorraine Warren, the legendary paranormal investigator behind the Perron family case, the very story that inspired The Conjuring and Annabelle. Over the years, she and her husband collected dozens of cursed and haunted objects, storing them in a basement museum. In the footage, her eyes appear hollow in the reflection, sparking debate that the dark energy she worked with may have left its mark, or worse, that she was somehow possessed. Seeing this, it's hard not to wonder, was Lorraine just a collector, or was she carrying the very evil she collected every time with her? Let me know in the comments. Sealed room. Chilling footage surfaced from a hotel room, proving some doors should never be opened. A group of friends unknowingly checked into a room that had been sealed for years, as one man looked into a glass window, expecting his reflection. A horrifying, witch-like face with sunken eyes stared back instead.
You do see this, right?
Panicked, he called his friends over. As they watched, the face began making faint, creaking sounds from the other side of the glass.
Don't move, don't say anything. You see this, right?
Too scared to move, they told him to stay still and keep watching. Moments later, the faces slowly faded, but none of them slept in that room again.
Is that a person?
Shadow formation. A paranormal investigator entered an abandoned house, expecting broken walls and silence. What caught his attention instead was a mirror. How can a mirror so clean end here? As he looked through his camera in the mirror, the moment behind him changed. A tall black shadow slowly formed, standing behind him. Without turning around, he began reciting religious verses. Was it a jinn or a ghost? Whatever. But it was clear proof that mirrors are doorways for evil entities to travel from their world to ours. Luckily, he recited on time. Otherwise, his destiny would have been horrible. Midnight visitor. In the middle of the night, a man heard loud banging on his door. Scared, he looked toward the mirror and froze. A dark shadow stood there, its shape long and twisted, with thin tentacle-like forms spreading across the glass. Panicked, he locked the door at once. For a moment, everything went silent.
O que você quer aqui?
Then another door creaked open. From the hallway, a tall figure stepped out, completely covered in dark cloth, its face hidden. That was enough. The man ran out of the house without looking back. Was it just a homeless person slipping in to scare him and find food? Or a ghost? Make your move on it. Summoning book. An anonymous video appeared online, and what it showed left viewers disturbed. A man had just moved into a new house when he discovered an old, strange book. Out of curiosity, he began reading it aloud. Everything felt normal until a pale hand slowly landed on his shoulder. The moment was caught on camera, and the man froze in fear. Later, people from the area revealed a dark truth. The house had once been used for satanic rituals, and that book was meant for summoning demons. Without knowing it, the man had completed the ritual himself. After that video, he was never seen again. No updates, no explanation. Only the footage of his phone recovered by the neighbors. Closet entity. A girl was filming a dance video inside her room, believing she was alone. Everything looked normal until something suddenly flew out of the closet. It moved fast and vanished around the corner in seconds. The camera captured it clearly. After the clip was shared online, many believed a dark entity had revealed itself for a brief moment. The girl claimed that after the incident, paranormal activities were still happening in her house. Reality glitch. A man sitting inside a cafe was casually recording a video of the street outside when something impossible happened. Near a red car, a family was clearly visible, standing, talking, completely real. But as the camera shifted for just a second and moved back, the family was gone. Even stranger, the car that had been red now appeared blue. There was no cut, no edit at all. And boom! They all vanished. Some believe this was a glitch in the Matrix, while others point to rapid teleportation or a timeline overlap. Whatever it was, reality clearly slipped for a moment. Cursed mirror. A man bought an old mirror from an antique shop and carefully placed it in his home. Soon he noticed something unusual. When he stood in front of it, his shoe appeared at a completely wrong angle, as if the mirror didn't follow the rules of reality. Days later, he noticed a butterfly fluttering inside the reflection, even though there was no butterfly in the room, as if it were trapped in the mirror. Confused and alarmed, he uploaded the footage online. Some viewers thought it was a glitch in the Matrix, but that made people debate the idea that a mirror was cursed since it belonged to the ancient era or was linked to another world. Whatever the reason was, he returned the mirror to the shop. Now the mirror might be waiting to find its new customer to reveal its true identity. Haunted Gateway. For years, rumors surrounded a certain hotel room. Guests who stayed there reportedly disappeared, and people said the room was haunted. One night, the hotel manager decided to see for himself. He stayed in the room and slid a small picture behind the mirror. In an instant, it vanished, pulled inside as if swallowed by something unseen. The video ended right away, but he kept the investigation and found the reality. The hotel was built on cursed land, and behind the mirror was a dimensional gate. Whatever lived on the other side had been waiting quietly, unseen, for anyone daring enough to test it. The moment anyone got close to it, they fell into another world. Mirror portal. A man never imagined that his bathroom mirror could hide another reality. Curious, he decided to film himself. He covered the mirror with a towel, thinking nothing could be seen, but the reflection was still there. Every movement, every smile, every twitch of his face appeared in the glass, as if it were watching and copying him.
So that you can see me in the mirror. Twilight Zone shit. See the Twilight Zone.
His wife, standing nearby, could see it too. Soon after, the video was uploaded online, and a woman tried the same thing. Even covering the mirror with a notebook, her hands were still visible, moving exactly as she did. Another man tried counting while hiding the glass with a towel. The mirror still showed him perfectly. It was clear. Mirrors aren't just reflections. They are gateways to something else. An entry point for unseen entities that don't need permission, only attention if we engage with mirrors.
How can you see a hand in a reflection? If there's a notebook in the way, you can see my other hand moving on the other side.
Shadowed glass. A disturbing video began circulating online showing a child playing in front of a mirror, smiling and moving normally. At first, everything looked cute. Then something went wrong. While the child kept moving, his reflection suddenly stopped. For a few seconds, it remained frozen, staring back. Even stranger, the eyes in the mirror appeared darker, almost empty, like something else was looking through them. Moments later, the reflection started moving again, perfectly in sync, as if nothing had happened. The clip ended there. People who watched it said it didn't feel like a glitch. It felt like a demon behind the glass had been watching, waiting for a chance to slip through. Twisted reflection. A girl was getting ready for her birthday when she turned to the camera to say hi. At first, everything seemed normal, but her reflection stayed frozen. Maybe a camera glitch? Then the hair in the mirror moved on its own, and suddenly, her reflection's face twisted into something horrifying. It went black, letting out a silent scream, revealing a ghostly, demon-like figure trapped within. Whatever was in the mirror had forgotten to follow her, and now, its true form was visible. She screamed, ending the video instantly. Viewers online debated endlessly. Was it real? A sinister glimpse into a dark presence? Or just a carefully crafted trick? The answer is left up to you. Hidden portal. A hiker moving through a dense jungle thought he spotted a piece of glass leaning against a tree. Curious, he stepped closer. But what he saw next was impossible. He didn't just approach it, he stepped into it. In an instant, he found himself in another part of the forest, as if the glass had been a portal to another world. He filmed the entire moment, convinced it was a gateway to another dimension. Unlike most stories, this one felt perfectly smooth and silent. Later, authorities returned to the spot with patrol teams. But the glass was gone. No mark, no trace. It was as if it had never existed. Portals like these, it seems, could appear anywhere and vanish just as mysteriously. Reality leak. An architect was inspecting a building under construction when he used a small, silver-backed mirror to check the ceiling. Inside the mirror, the ceiling appeared complete. Lights glowing, structure finished. But the moment he moved the camera away from the mirror, the real ceiling above him was empty, dark, hollow. No lights, no finish. The mirror wasn't reflecting the building at all. It was pulling back the surface of reality and exposing the simulation underneath. At that moment, he realized the mirror had locked onto a flaw in the system itself, a place where the program failed to load. Stolen reflection. A girl was getting ready, sitting in front of a mirror while combing her hair. After a few minutes, she stood up and walked across the room to grab some hairpins. That was the moment everything changed. Her reflection stayed behind. In the mirror, the image remained seated, head bent low, its hand still dragging the comb through hair that was no longer there. This wasn't a camera delay. Seconds later, the cupboard doors slammed shut by themselves, and a heavy object was thrown. The evil entity was no longer hidden, showing its true power. Later, her family revealed a disturbing detail. The comb she used had come from an occult shop. Even after throwing it away, the entity never left her. Passing spirit. We all enjoy visiting exhibitions and discovering new things, but for one man, a visit turned unforgettable. While walking through an exhibition, he stopped at a section titled Real Ghosts Caught in Mirrors. Curious, he leaned closer to one display. For a brief moment, the mirror showed a pale figure with long white hair standing behind him. It was clear, too clear. Shocked, he turned around, but the room was completely empty. When he looked back at the mirror, the figure was gone. It felt like a passing spirit had used the glass for just a second, long enough to be seen, and then disappear. Mirror warning. A girl was getting ready and streaming live when something creepy happened. A cupboard door shifted slightly. At first, it looked like air, but she still felt uneasy. Seconds later, the same cupboard slammed shut with terrifying force, as if an unseen presence was warning her. Angry, aware, and close, the sudden bang shocked her in place, and the live video ended in panic. After that moment, I bet she wasn't able to sleep for days in that room. Subway stare. A passenger recorded a subway ride, thinking nothing of the man in a Pennywise clown costume sitting across from her. But when she replayed the footage, her stomach dropped. In the reflection of the window beside him, a strange face appeared, staring directly at her. It didn't belong to anyone nearby, and its expression was stiff, frozen, and completely unnatural. The face had not been visible to her eyes during the ride, yet on screen, it seemed alive. Watching, well, you'd better be careful on your subway rides. Who knows, you may be caught Pennywise too. Graveyard mirror. You won't believe what happened during a girls' trip that was meant to be fun and relaxing. As soon as they checked into their hotel room, they felt like someone else was already there. Laughing nervously, they jokingly spoke toward the mirror, saying, "If there's a ghost here, show yourself. Tell us your name and age."
Is there any spirits here that would like to tell us their name? Please talk into the recorder, tell us your name, your age.
Just a second later, a pale face slowly appeared in the mirror, clear enough to freak them out, as if it had been waiting for permission. When they turned around, the room was empty, but the reflection remained. Later, they learned the truth from the staff member. The hotel was built over an old graveyard. Spirits wandered freely, revealing themselves only to those who dared to call them, yet never troubled anyone.
Oh, shit. Yes.
Oh my god, I see somebody standing in the mirror.
Yes.
Final goodbye. The family had just lost their grandfather. Late that night, a dark shadow appeared on the window. It did not move. It just stayed there. When they pulled the curtain aside, nothing was outside. They checked the security footage later. That is when things turned strange. As one of the members reached toward the window for the curtains, a reflection showed another hand holding his. The fingers matched. The grip looked real. In slow motion, it felt intentional. To the family, it was their grandparent who came to say the final goodbye. Such an emotional moment, isn't it? Cat witness. A woman was lying in bed, resting quietly, when her cat suddenly began acting strangely. It froze, ears stiff, eyes locked on the bedroom door, clearly terrified. Curious and uneasy, she picked up her phone and started recording. As she zoomed toward the door, the next moment was enough to shake her. There was a pale face peeking through the glass on the door. She pulled back in fear, knowing a ghost had made its way to her house. Later, she said she never saw the face again. Thankfully, it was one time. I can't think of seeing a ghost daily at your house. Such a scary experience. Forest follower. That's why elders always warn people not to enter the woods alone. A man once wandered deep into a forest and came across an abandoned house hidden between the trees. At first, the place looked empty, but he felt a strange presence. Immediately, he raised his camera and slowly zoomed towards a door window. At that moment, a pale face appeared behind the glass. room, staring straight at him. Shocked, he stopped recording and ran away. Even after returning home, he claimed the paranormal events didn't stop. It felt like making eye contact was enough to invite whatever lived in the woods to follow him back.
What the bro?
Abandoned being. A group of curious teenagers accepted a dare to explore an abandoned factory. As they stepped inside, they caught a glimpse of a pale face staring at them for just a moment before disappearing into the shadows. They quickly recorded the scene, and the video soon sparked wild speculation online. Some said it was a ghost, but if that were true, why would it vanish so deliberately? Others suggested it could be an alien, hiding on a secret mission, or abandoned by its fellows. Whatever the truth, one thing seemed clear. Abandoned places don't always hold ghosts or spirits, but sometimes outwardly beings too. Watching shadow. A man moved into a new apartment, excited for a fresh start, but almost immediately, he felt something was wrong. A dark shadow appeared in the corner of the room, unmoving, watching. At first, he thought it was a thief and searched every room, but the place was empty, yet the shadow stayed, silent, impossible to explain.
You guys are seeing this, right? You gotta be joking me.
Puzzled, he asked the neighbors and got the chilling truth. The apartment had been locked for years, and others had reported seeing the same shadow. Sometimes, before moving into a new place, it's worth asking why no one else wanted it, and realizing some shadows are never meant to leave. Graveyard hitchhiker. A man was working late on his computer when he sensed someone walking past him. The room was silent, and he knew he was alone. Still, a shadow slid across the wall, slow and clear. Thinking it might be his eyes playing tricks, he stepped out to check the rest of the house. That's when things turned worse. A decor piece flew off the dining table. The door opened by itself, and in the room, the same shadow appeared. Tall and still. Then the door slammed shut. After that, the man shared something unsettling. Days earlier, he had visited a graveyard and dug the ground to plant flowers near a friend's grave. According to old beliefs, that act disturbed a djinn resting there. And now, the shadow hadn't followed him home by chance. It had come to stay. Hatman. A man was cleaning his kitchen after dinner like any normal night. As he headed upstairs, something caught his eye through the left front door's window. A shadowy figure stood near the entrance. Quickly, he grabbed his phone and began recording. The figure looked like a man wearing a hat, swaying slowly from side to side. But the moment he opened the door, no one was there. Here is the creepiest part. His house was nearly 160 years old and was right next to an old autopsy clinic, long rumored to be haunted. Whatever restless presence haunted the clinic, it seemed to have now come to his house. Faceless watcher. An explorer entered an abandoned house alone, eager to investigate. While moving through the halls, he passed a locked glass door to a room he had been warned never to open. Behind the glass, he noticed a faceless man in a white dress, unmoving, silently staring. Curiosity overcame fear. He opened the door, but the room was empty. Terrified, he screamed and fled the house. Soon after, he began experiencing strange activity in his own home. He now believes the spirit that had been trapped in that sealed room didn't disappear. It followed him back. Frozen reflection. The strange events inside the dance studio didn't stop there. A young dancer later shared her own footage. She had been resting after practice when she suddenly heard loud growls through the room. Panicked, she ran out at once. When the video was reviewed, it showed something far worse. In one mirror, her reflection was still standing inside, staring straight ahead, while she was already gone. After this clip surfaced, no one questioned it anymore. With so many proofs coming out, the studio was declared haunted. Soon after, it was shut down and left completely abandoned. Silent observer. A woman living alone returned to her TV lounge after a long day. As she entered, her eyes caught something through the glass window. A figure was there, staring straight at her. It wasn't a neighbor or a thief, and its appearance didn't match anything human.
It's back. It keeps peeking in here, help me.
Its eyes held an unnatural, cold stillness. She stepped back, but the figure didn't move. For several tense minutes, it just watched. When she blinked, it vanished, but the fear didn't leave. She knew it could return, and next time, it might not just stare.
Oh my goodness gracious, what the hell? Ain't nobody in the other room. Look at this.
Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.